Hello everyone and welcome back. We're on to the 5th episode now of season 2 of House of the Dragon. Last episode was a mad one. It was my favourite so far. Yeah, big battle at the end that really took over the whole thing, to be honest. When I'm trying to think of what happened, it's mostly that. That and Damon on a mad one. He's going through some like haunted house situation here in Harrenhal. Yeah, there was the battle at, what was it, Rooks Rest? And Aegon may be dead. Rhaenyra is definitely dead, and just a lot of destruction all around. Fun fact, last night, actually, I watched a couple episodes of The Sopranos last night, and then I'm also watching The Bear right now. So then, in my dream, Tony Soprano was telling Sydney from The Bear and Sir Criston Cole from House of the Dragon, he was like bossing them about, and he was calling them little bitches and cunts and all the bad words in the world. So that was really weird, and then I woke up and I thought that was hilarious. All the free shows that I was watching combining together like that. Interesting that Sir Criston was the one that came to mind. He had an interesting episode where I think he's pretty down in the dumps by the end of it, because I think it kind of looks like Aegon's dead, and that means he's really fucked up, because that's his like one job as like Hand of the King and also like the head of, was it the King's Guard? That's pretty much what happened. So should we just get into that, the aftermath? Oh, I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't know. Where we at? Driftmark. Oh, he's depressed. Fair enough. I'm depressed as well. I'm guessing now his arc is going to be somewhat related to his bastard kids. Oh, he's lost basically his whole family. I mean, he doesn't have grandchildren left, I guess. That's something, but his like immediate family is gone. Ew. We're back with the poor people of King's Landing.
The traitor dragon Maylis!
No!
Slain at Rooks Rest by your king!
Why are we acting like anyone cares?
To Aegon!
And it was not Aegon who did this. Oh, poor dragon.
Mark my words, this is a black omen.
Black omen, eh? Nobody seems impressed. Are we supposed to be impressed? How are we supposed to feel about this?
Don't they realise we won the battle?
Strange victory, if it was one.
How's Aegon? Is he in there?
I thought the dragons was gods.
Slain at Rooks Rest!
Is this the first time they've seen a dead dragon? Or a murdered dragon?
It's just meat.
Yeah, do they get to eat? Is dragon meat nice? I mean, there's flies around it. They're still hanging there. Take them down, take them down. The smell must be awful. Maybe he's in a coma or something. Maybe he gets like really disfigured, like from burns and shit. Yeah, isn't that crazy? He took Aegon's knife. Or is he dead? Is that a coffin? I honestly can't tell. It might be a coffin, you know. How many of these guys are going to be dead by the end of this? And how many seasons is it going to go on? I'm pretty sure the story is complete because of the book. You know, there's like a finishing, you know, there's a start and end. Unlike the Game of Thrones series, which is yet to finish. In the book, that is. Is he dead? And I don't think this was a massive series, was it? It was just like a one book thing. So 3 seasons, 4 seasons. Is he dead? She looks like he's dead. Oh, he's in okay, he's in bed. Is he really disfigured? He's been burnt to fuck, hasn't he?
Is he alive?
His grace remains with us for the moment.
Hallelujah. I really like Aegon. I think he's a really interesting character. But this is going to change him a lot, so what are they doing to him? Oh, I don't like this. Are we going to go for like some proper gory shit now? This isn't... Stupid boy, he shouldn't have gone there. His skin is like glued to his armour. Isn't that like the really old armour? The special armour? That's really fucked.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say. Now, if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical.
Of course.
If they can fix him, these are proper doctors, man. Oi! Oi, that was not nice. I didn't like that. He shouldn't be in the room. He can leave. Is that lettuce?
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
Oh, no shit. I wonder who that might be. Alison should do it. Is this how you clean your blade? With lemon? And this, I'm assuming that's salt. She's gonna have a go at him now. Come on, have a go.
What happened?
Have a go.
Took the castle at the cost of some 900 men.
The king. Sir Criston, what befell him?
His grace fought valiantly.
He's not gonna blame it on Aemond.
And Aemond?
He's not gonna say anything.
What was his part in this?
I could not say.
Our largest dragon has been killed. Kristen Cole marches about the Crown Lands unchallenged. We still have no ground army but the one we hope that Damon will raise.
You're kind of fucked.
He who has left us after some marital spat.
Yeah. Has he still not
Do you
sent a
take
raven?
issue with me, Sir Alfred?
It is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore, has not been much privy to the strategies of battle.
He needs to watch himself.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have.
Lol. What do you know of battles? Dum dum. Don't they have like some other dragons about? Do you remember Damon was like summoning a big dragon? Maybe they need to come out of retirement.
Vagar is depleted after such a hard-fought battle.
If Aegon is dead, we will soon know it. 'Twould be a victory in name only. They will soon prop up another in his stead.
The time is ripe. If we can strike King's Landing before their dragon is recovered...
Then I myself must do it.
My queen,
King's
you are
Landing.
the
It's a bit
crown.
Jurassic.
It's out of the question.
What would you have me do?
Stay there. These guys have quite a lot of dragons. How many dragons did the green people have? Is it just Aemond? Maybe Helena has one as well. They have like, what, 2?
Harrenhal.
These guys have like, if they added all of
Treat
their
with
dragons
Damon.
together, a
Rhaenyra's
ton.
fallen. He must affirm his loyalty to my mother and report his standing.
And you think you will tame him?
My mother gladly sends you away to scout, to fight. Whilst I'm here being forced to play the coddled princeling, it's humiliating,
She
Bela.
only protects you.
Is there a thing
For the
going on here?
succession.
And I must be seen to act for her claim and mine.
Are these two betrothed to each other? I can't remember.
I must act.
That's what Aegon said, and look what happened to him.
The phrase.
Not the phrase. Oh, PTSD.
They control the crossing at the Twins.
God damn, I hate the phrase.
Stark's greybeards are marching south. If his men had a direct route into the riverlands, we would not have to wait for Damon to act. I will treat with the phrase to secure it.
Don't treat with the
She'll
phrase.
not like it.
Stay away from the phrase.
The hour is late. My dragon is hungry.
Who's he gonna eat?
You have no choice but to submit. Our terms are simple, Lord Bracken. Renounce the false King Aegon as a usurper. Bend the knee to me,
He seems bored.
or your house burns.
I'll just get on with it already.
I would sooner be the lord of bones and cinders than bend my knee before some heathen Blackwood cunt
You're dead, mate.
and his hired dragon. Dragons, did your brother's head keep on its way back to you, Willem?
I'll just eat him already.
I heard the maggots got to it.
That is quite the impression, Lord Bracken. But alas, not an answer.
We choose fire.
Okay, there we go. Come on, eat them already. Here we go. Fire time. Oh, they're not even showing it? Fair enough.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
I mean,
They made their choice.
They came here to raise swords, not corpses.
you can feed your dragon.
Now you see what my house has known for generations. They are pig-headed, intransigent.
They would rather burn than succumb.
So would you, probably.
Exactly the kind of men I need.
But they're on the wrong side,
It may
Damon.
yet be possible, I think, for both of us to achieve our ends.
What's he gonna do?
Then perhaps you could try less fighting and more
Conniving, I don't know. Marry one of them?
persuading.
They are unyielding in battle.
Not battle. Do they have a fit girl?
man has a weakness.
You take my meaning then. Show them your worst.
Over the centuries,
Ah,
many and
we haven't
more
met the
armies
Arryns yet, have
broken
we?
themselves against my bloody gate. My lady,
Oh, we are spending time with
the
her.
Eyrie itself is impregnable, unless, of course, we're descended upon from the sky.
You promised the Queen Rhaenyra 15,000 swords.
In return for protection, a dragon.
She sent 2.
Both still wet from the egg.
She's very dainty, isn't she?
I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request.
I mislike feeling powerless.
She reminds me a bit of Kate Middleton.
My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
Cheers.
They would make me queen, but they wish to keep me here, confined.
They betray their own smallness.
In truth, I cannot fault them. I am now the sovereign. I cannot do as I please. If I had been a son, a sword thrust into my hand the moment I could walk.
Yeah.
Instead, I was given my father's cup.
Fight with dragon, not with sword. You don't need a sword.
Will
You've
you
got a
send to
dragon.
him?
If I must be supplicant to my own husband, what does that make me?
A woman.
Parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize of war. But the people see an ill omen.
Yeah, for real.
Yes, as do I.
They are afraid. Bread is scarce. The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace. They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red Keep and forgotten for too long.
And you think they will turn to me?
Perhaps.
To the discontented, rumors are feed.
Start spreading propaganda. She's good, this white worm. She sent her away to do it.
The thought of her lying in a field,
Aww.
Broken amongst her enemies.
She did not always care for me, but for what she gave me in the end, I'm grateful. You are very like her in some ways. Would you give this to your grandsire?
What is it? Is this one of his dreams again? Or hallucinations? Who's that?
Damon.
Who the fuck?
You were always the strong one.
I'm a bit confused.
The fearless dragon rider.
Am I supposed to know who she is? And I've just forgotten.
Your brother had great love in his heart.
She looks like Alicia Vikander. Is it her? Was it Vikander? I don't know.
But he lacked your constitution.
You know who I'm talking about.
Viserys was unsuited for the crown.
It could be her, you know.
But you... Damon, you were made to wear it.
Good for him. There's always blood on his hands.
If only you'd been born first.
Is this his mother? That's
my
really
favourite
far.
son.
No. Oh, I don't like that.
Is the duck not to your liking, Your Grace?
It's always when he's talking that he has these hallucinations.
There's also goose, if you prefer it.
Ah.
I like the goose myself.
I've never had goose. I don't really like geese as an animal. They're kind of scary.
I'm not hungry. It's a matter of showing them whom it behooves them to follow.
Behoove.
How does the work here progress?
The roof alone has needed tending since the reign of Rhaenys, and the storerooms, and there's, of course, the matter of payment. After the tragedy that befell his father,
Larys Strong.
Larys transferred his family's wealth to King's Landing. I rather thought, Your Grace, as emissary to the Queen,
that you would pay for it.
Perhaps she could provide the necessary coin if you could only write to her.
No.
Why won't you write to her? For fuck's
Harrenhal
sake.
is my command. I shall guarantee the payment myself.
Very well, Your Grace.
You should address me as my king.
Should you now?
But you're the prince.
Yeah, for real.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
Lol. Get fucked.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
I mean, it's accurate. So does he actually
The armor
just
was Valyrian
want to
steel.
do it for himself now? Has he given
His
up on
Grace
Rhaenyra?
suffered. He has many broken bones.
Poor
I
guy.
fear there are more injuries within.
It'd be amazing if he doesn't get
Has he woken?
sepsis.
I'm not sure he will ever wake. I have
Oh.
plied my crafts to their fullest extents.
Take the seat.
A
Go
king
on.
cannot rule in his sleep. The realm will have noticed his absence. Let them hear of his great deeds at Rooks Rest.
Announce he's dead.
But now we must name a regent to take his place.
Okay.
Until he recovers.
Name yourself. Don't name Aemond. Name
A
yourself.
wise strategy, Your Grace. Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
Me.
I myself served in this role for my husband. I am
Let's
well prepared to do so
go.
again.
You played your part admirably in a time of peace, Your Grace, but circumstances have changed.
Oh, now they all want Aemond, do
And
they?
here I had forgotten.
The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemond.
Nah.
Agreed.
Aemond is young, and his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
True dat. Huh. Just go and sit there. Take your seat. Assert yourself. Go on.
Queen Alicent ably shouldered the duties of the realm when her husband's health failed him.
Experience
go.
is valuable, yes, but the Dowager Queen is a woman.
I am no
I'll get
stranger
fucked.
to rule or to sitting at this council. Aemond is a fearsome dragon rider. His skill is best employed in the field, but my experience is needed here, at this table.
No offense was meant, Your Grace, but at a time when we must show strength.
Lord Larys.
Lord Larys is not going to pick you. He's going to pick Aemond.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemond.
Wanker.
What would it say if
You
in
have no
response
feet.
to Rhaenyra's crowning
Or your
you
fuck
raised up
feet.
a woman? But the hand speaks with the king's voice.
And he's
the
going to pick
crystal
Aemond because he's a
sea.
prick as well.
Aemond is the next in line.
Wanker.
It's agreed, then.
Well, this worked out perfectly for you, didn't it? One eye. He's so sinister.
Your brother says to meet Damon. You should put him in space and check the rivermen while they're
She's
back
gonna
in
snap.
disarray.
This is great
No
face
one is to leave
acting.
or enter save with our consent.
Someone cut down the fucking rat catchers.
Real. Okay, I agree with that. Hugh.
There is no food.
Run away.
Our
Leave.
neighbours are stealing from each other.
Just
we must
leave.
get out.
Yeah, go.
Where would you have us go?
I don't know, somewhere with food.
maybe? South?
Dawn.
For all we know, every road leads into the Dragon's Teeth.
Like the one they carted through the streets. We should make for Tumbleton.
Tumbleton.
My brother will have room.
What kind of name is that?
You would have me turn beggar.
You already are beggar, mate. You got no food. Your kid's dying.
Are we not beggars already?
King has promised payment.
Bullshit.
Has lied.
He's literally dying. Oh, the dog's still there? God. It's like Hatchie. Can she just casually walk about? There's no one there, like, to protect her? No guards or anything?
Has your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night and flee the sunrise like a moth?
What I saw at Rooks Rest.
What did you see?
Their armor melted. There were men walking, they were on fire. We have given the war to the dragons. The dragon rider should lead us. Have I not spared you?
Spared you?
What we must do now is terrible.
His mental gymnastics is crazy.
Is this who you are, Alison?
I did not ask to be spared. I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Don't say my name, don't say my name. I'm protecting you. Shut up. Get out, kids, get out before it's too late. Shit. Let them out! Well, this is perfect time for Rhaenyra to spread her propaganda. These guys hate the Greens. Ooh, pretty dragon. Whose dragon's this? Oh,
Our
the
Lord
phrase.
Tully has not declared for Rhaenyra. Means death to bear steel against your liege.
I know
As
this
I'm sure
guy.
my prince is aware.
And against your queen?
Our hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen, nor in the ruminations of Lord Tully, the oaf. Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You fear a dragon, leagues away, when mine own sits outside your walls.
Vhagar's a bit bigger.
Do you offer us your protection?
I do, and the protection of my uncle.
And Damon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
He will
Damon's
do
on a
as his
mad
queen
one.
commands.
I don't know if
It
he
does
will,
lend us
actually.
some comfort. Though it occurs to me that dragons cannot be in two places at once.
Or three.
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle. Does the Queen intend to raise up a new lord?
Well, they want Harrenhal.
You want Harrenhal?
Damon's not going to be happy. How come they sit outside?
For that, my mother will want more than your crossing.
Give me an army.
What does her grace desire?
Bent knees.
You should be doing all this without communicating. See, everyone has their own little plans, and they're all going to start clashing. This isn't going to work out. Where's this? Is this Harrenhal? Damn. Is wood the way to go? You know, when we've got dragons who like breathe fire and shit, are we going to use wood? Okay, there is some stone. It's like DIY SOS over
You're
here.
born to wield a sword, but not so much an axe.
Let it not be said that Damon Targaryen failed to dirty his hands in this war.
Oh, let me see them.
Oh, so dirty.
Sit.
Why is she being so weird?
Sit.
Is there something wrong with his hands? Aye.
I hear strange things from Brackenland, from Stonehenge, and Lambswold, and Moray. What I hear in the wind.
How do they explain her accent?
Cries of anguish.
Within the context of the show. That's a Scottish accent.
Children being taken from their mothers, men coming home to find their doors unlatched, their wives carried away. These are crimes against the innocent that any upright man would repudiate.
Surely you haven't mistaken me for an upright man. The Blackens had their chance to do as I required. They will perhaps think better of their decision if their children's lives are staked on it.
Is that what he's plotted?
Kind of army you would raise, and who hate you.
Well, once they agree to serve me, I'll treat them fairly. Set an example for the rest of the riverlands to follow.
And once again, in the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
That fool Aegon is unlike to survive. The realm will suffer if Aemond One Eye rules.
Yeah, for real.
You should pray you never meet him. He will cut you down soon as wish you good day.
I'd heard the same thing about you. But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
Yeah, lol. Why is he so afraid of talking to her?
She cannot succeed, Alice, even if I willed it to be so.
Well, is he
The
completely
people
turned
who
against
support
her?
her will not be led by her. They look to a man for strength.
Wow.
Who's better suited to it, the High Towers with their scheming, or Viserys' first true heir?
You joking?
When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side.
Oh my god.
King and Queen.
Oh, he's refusing to
Pity, don't you
be
think,
number
that
two.
you never knew your mother?
Why is his mother getting involved? What's all this?
A message.
What is this Freudian shit? I don't like it.
Fresh news from Stonehenge. The Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Brackens, and Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you.
Huzzah.
House Bracken is yours.
Oh no, this is worrying. Now he's going to be beefing with Rhaenyra. For fuck's sake.
I was surprised when they said you were here.
My castle is a tomb.
Oh.
Empty. Haunted.
I am sad to have missed its highest days. The wealth you brought back from Yi Ti and a shy, inspiring awe and envy. I wonder if any of them knew it was all for her.
Aww.
Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Oh, that's what it is. I had a feeling. I wasn't entirely sure.
Even the death of my wife does not content her.
Oh, don't blame it on Rhaenyra.
And she not asked enough of my house.
It is a sign of her great esteem. Rhaenys was not only your wife, not a thing to be taken from you. She was a Targaryen princess. the queen who never was, and she flew to Rooks Rest of her own will, in defense of her kin.
And she died.
She died as she would have wished to die.
With her dragon.
With honor, in dragon fire. The way my mother chose, and the way I myself wish to meet my end. I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished, as Rhaenys herself should have.
I would make you my heir.
Just talk to him once.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
She doesn't even want it, bloody hell.
I wish you to go to Harrenhal.
Are you removing me from your council?
I will not deny you have tried my patience of late. Or that I would prefer a council more inclined to champion their queen. But you and your house served my father well. We cannot challenge King's Landing without the riverlands. But I will not send a message by Raven for Damon to disregard.
Go there yourself, report back.
I ask you to reason with him. Find out his state of mind.
I bet Damon's going to convince him to side with him instead.
Intentions.
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
Himself, yeah. Okay, at least she's...
He would not dare.
He would dare.
You know Damon to lack in daring.
It's good that she actually knows that he's...
Go now with haste.
He might be up to that.
I'll send...
It won't be a complete surprise to her.
Have you any message for him?
Bend the knee, bitch.
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Lol. I think the last thing she called him was pathetic. Oh, this... What now? He wants to fuck his mum again?
Is the pudding now served?
It must
The
be
river
serious.
lords have come, Your Grace. They wish an audience.
Now, is there some reason you feel free to wake a king in his bed? Or shall I now begin your education?
There have been, complications.
The sacred steps on Bracken lands were looted and burned.
As were the fields and farms. The livestock was stolen, and our peasants put to the sword.
They pursued the women and the children.
Oh.
There were works of barbarity.
Punishing Bracken for his own treasons is one thing, but these other acts...
The Brackens were given their chance. They would not see reason.
The Blackwoods have exploited the war for the crown to visit atrocities upon
I
their
have
old
seen my fair
rivals.
share of their quarrels, and I tell you there is no honor in a fight such as
Honor?
this.
What of common decency?
These beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen.
Oh no.
Have you looked after our girls?
He forgot he even had children, I swear.
We should have expected nothing more from a man who ordered the slaughter of a child in his mother's arms.
That is a lie, and I will have the man who told it brought before me.
It's not a
Your
lie.
man is half the kingdom, my prince.
Know this, interloper.
They hate
The
him.
riverlands are an ancient place. Watched closely by the eyes of old gods and new. We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Slay. So... That's a flop. Oh, look at that. That was a fun choice. She's arrived now. Where does she go? She seems a bit clueless.
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria.
I thought she was dead.
Would she die without collecting her due?
Ah, lol.
I must see an old friend.
Melinda. Was it worth the price?
She knows. Of course it was. He doesn't give a shit about Aegon. Aww. That's so sad. I think she's annoyed at him.
Lasagna.
Vhagar's first rider.
Maybe tell her what you've done.
What is the mood at the twins? Did his lordship
He's
quibble?
smirking.
He wishes for the phrase to be granted Harrenhal.
I'm proud of you, Jace. You've done our cause a great service.
Now we just got to deal with Damon.
Why do you look angry?
You did it without telling her, that's why.
You chafed at being prevented from action. Imagine, my lord, I'm a dragon rider as well. With a war being fought over my ascension, your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did?
Perhaps Damon could...
Damon can't do shit.
Damon is not here, and Aemond now rules in King's Landing. I have done all I can from here, sent my messages, invoked my alliances. But if all else fails, it is I who must fight. Vhagar is big, but Syrax is quicker.
So was Meleys.
Meleys fought 2 dragons, and one of them is slain.
True.
I need dragons.
I need dragons.
We have 2 large enough to stand against Vhagar. They are called Vermithor and Silverwing. And they sleep just beneath our feet.
Yes, and if only they had riders, none could stand against me.
will maybe
Go forth
become
in
the rider.
strength and not from necessity.
Can one person have more than one dragon?
There is Rhaenyra.
Who nearly lost her life in her last attempt.
There are those of our line who never ruled, those who married into other noble houses, their children born with other names.
A generation ago or more, the blood would be thin. The dragon will only accept a dragon lord to ride it. Also say the histories.
Valyrian histories, written to gild us in glory.
Are you suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon? A Tarly?
It's better than death and defeat.
What about bastard Targaryens?
There could be scores of them.
And that bloke that we saw a couple episodes ago.
It's a mad sword.
It is a bit insane. Get some randos to ride your biggest dragons. I guess they're desperate. Is that the end of the episode? It's the end, yeah. Obviously it wasn't as dramatic as the last one, but I think that's to be expected. We've had a lot of drama already, so we need the debrief after that, the coming down part. I think it's interesting how they're talking about the people of King's Landing and how they have a part to play in this now as well. I like when they bring that into consideration more than just, the people at the top. We've been seeing this entire season so far how, because of these sanctions and the lack of food and resources that are coming in, people are starving, people are becoming desperate, they're hungry, and they're getting more agitated because of this. They're trying to escape now, that's what we're seeing, but Aemond's not letting them, so they're just going to get even more angry and resentful and upset, and they're all going to die, yada yada yada. Something's going to give, and I feel like we're building up to some kind of big moment there with the crowds, particularly with the White Worm sending off that girl, the one working for Rhaenyra, to go and spread some words. I have a feeling that's going to have a big part to play as we go down the line, especially because the way people received that dragon head was not necessarily the way that the Greens intended for it to be received. I understand it was supposed to be a show of like their strength and maybe to incite fear in people. Or maybe less fear, maybe more a feeling of security. Like, we don't need to be afraid of these dragons because, look, they can kill them. Don't worry about it. The dragons are not going to harm you. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were going for. But it is really unnerving to see this beast that everyone thought couldn't possibly be killed, beheaded like that and paraded across the street. You can understand why people take that as a bad omen. Like, oh, this is the end of days. No one thought they were going to see that, and now we do see it. It's like the 10 plagues or whatever. I think it was inevitable that Aemond was sort of going to come to power there. It's a shame that Aegon is in the state that he's in. At least he's not dead. I have a feeling, at least I hope, that they don't kill him off and they don't just completely, like, his character is basically non-existent. I hope they don't do that. I would love to see, obviously, I'm thinking of Viserys now because in Viserys' final days, he was sort of in a similar situation where he was just bedbound, couldn't really do much, but at least we got a considerable amount of time with him as king. I feel like we haven't had enough time with Aegon as king. I found him such an interesting character and I would have liked to have explored that more. I feel like his story's been cut pretty short. I guess that's sort of the Game of Thrones way, isn't it? But I don't know. I want more there. I mean, the fact that he said mummy at the end, that was actually really heartbreaking. Yeah, I have a feeling he is going to get a bit better and we'll see what comes from that. I think it was to be expected that Aemond would ascend to the throne, basically. And the fact that everyone supported him over Alicent, again, sort of to be expected. I kind of hoped that maybe she could, like, force her way onto the throne and people wouldn't be able to do anything about it, but let's be real. That wasn't really going to work, was it? But yeah, Alicent is not happy at all. Can't blame her. It's all out of her hands now. She doesn't really have any power. It's pretty fucked. What's his name? So Kristen, he's a little bit shell-shocked after what happened last episode. I still don't like him. I have a feeling that this is properly going to damage his situation going on with Alicent. As it should. Damon, I guess, is probably the main headline of the episode. Obviously I knew as soon as he went to Harrenhal and he started having these hallucinations and whatnot that the idea of him betraying Rhaenyra was going to be planted in his head and that at some point he would be kind of into doing that. I didn't expect it to be this episode. I thought it would be a bit further down. I thought he would remain loyal to Rhaenyra and then something would trigger him to switch it up. It seems that's not the case. It really just seems like the longer he spends at Harrenhal, the more he resents Rhaenyra, almost. They really switched it up this episode with that weird one going on with his mother. Why are we doing that? Oh, fuck me. I need to see who that actor is, because she looks like Alicia. No, it wasn't Alicia Vikander. Never mind. They looked remarkably alike. It's Emmeline Lambert, apparently. I mean, it'd be a weird role for an actor who's won an Oscar to do like a 5-minute sex scene with your kid. So I guess that makes sense. But they looked a lot alike. Anyway, Damon, I guess. I mean, we've always kind of known him to be sort of the way he is right now. I've never been Damon's biggest fan. We all know this. It's a shame. His ego and his masculinity and his just everything about him, he just can't handle possibly being number 2. I saw a meme about how like Matt Smith always plays these kind of characters, because he was like that in The Crown as well, wasn't he? I don't think he was like that in Doctor Who. He was my favourite Doctor Who. I think I stopped watching the show actually after Matt Smith left. But yeah, it's frustrating, it really is. And it seems like his little plan that was going on there with the Brackens and the Blackwood didn't work out. If anything, he's made more enemies. So he's not doing great. But now we have the issue of, is it Jaehaerys? Is that the boy's name? Going off to talk to the Freys, and they want Harrenhal. He's promised them Harrenhal. Damon obviously wants Harrenhal. Everybody wants Harrenhal. Let's not forget Lara Strong also has Harrenhal. So that's going to cause problems further down the line. I think this plan that sort of was concocted towards the end of the episode was a bit of an insane one. The idea that we just find some random distant relatives and try and like see if they'll become the Dragon Riders. I'd like to know why it is that one person can't have more than one dragon. Are these dragon spidey senses that good that they can tell, no, you belong to another, I can smell it on you and I don't want you, or something? I don't know. Also, can you like switch dragons? So once you're tied to a dragon, could you possibly like say, I don't want to be with you anymore, and let's have a dragon breakup, and I want to move on to this bigger, better dragon who is probably going to help me win the war? I wish that were the case. It seems not. It seems like the only way you lose your dragon is when you die. Other than that, you're stuck with that dragon for life. If that was the case, why didn't people like Rhaenyra's kids and them lot, why didn't they sign up to try and like connect with the massive dragons? Why were they given baby dragons? That's what I would do. I give them big dragon. Take big dragon. Here you go. But what else is there? Driftmark, Corlys, he's upset, understandably. I think towards the end of the episode, it seems like he was actually interested in becoming Hand. So that's cool. That's something. But yeah, I think that's about the episode, isn't it? That's pretty much it. Yeah. I don't really know where they're going to go from here. Just problems. Rhaenyra's going to fight soon, I have a feeling. She's getting really agitated. So we're going to have another fight coming up soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.